All right, let's dive into mastering your out-of-office status in Microsoft Teams. We're going to take this simple, often overlooked feature and turn it into an absolute powerhouse for your communication and, honestly, your sanity.
So think about it for a second. You finally take that well-deserved break, you're disconnected, only to come back to a complete avalanche of messages, maybe some missed deadlines, and definitely a few confused colleagues. Sound familiar? Yeah, it's a super common problem. But believe it or not, there's a surprisingly elegant way to fix it.
So here's what we're going to cover. First, we'll talk about the communication black hole and why it's a problem. Then, we'll set up your virtual away sign in Teams. After that, we'll see how it all syncs up beautifully with Outlook. Then comes the fun part, crafting the perfect message. And finally, we'll look at how to seriously power up your calendar.
Okay, first up, the communication black hole. You know what I'm talking about. When your team has no idea if you're available, working, or on a beach somewhere, it creates this ripple effect. You get project delays, people get stressed. It's just not good for anyone. Your availability status, or really the clarity around it, matters a whole lot more than you might think. And the solution is right there in front of us. We need to start treating the out-of-office status as a strategic tool. Seriously. It's not just about telling people you're gone, it's your first line of defense against chaos. It manages expectations and keeps things moving smoothly, even when you're not there.
So, let's get practical. Let's roll up our sleeves and walk through exactly how to set up your virtual away sign right inside Microsoft Teams. It's easier than you think.
So what is it really? Well, think of the out-of-office status as your own personal automated gatekeeper. It instantly tells anyone trying to message you, hey, they're not here right now. But, and this is the crucial part, it can also send an automatic reply to let them know exactly what to do next.
Now, it's really important to get this distinction right. Setting your status to busy or do not disturb is for when you're at work, but you just need to focus. Out of office, on the other hand, is totally different. It's for those longer absences, and it comes with that superpower of sending auto-replies. Using the right one sends a very different signal.
If you're on your computer, setting this up is a piece of cake. You just click your profile picture, find your way to schedule out of office, and from there, you just flip a switch, set your dates, and type out your message. It's literally a 30-second job.
And what if you're on the go? The mobile app makes it just as painless. A few quick taps, and you can manage your status from anywhere. It's perfect for when you're already at the airport and have that, oh no, did I forget to, moment.
Okay, now this is where things get really cool. We're going to look at how Teams and Outlook talk to each other to create one single, unified, undeniable source of truth for when you're available and when you're not.
The magic here is the two-way sync. You set your status in one place and it updates everywhere. Set it in Teams, it shows up in Outlook. Set it in Outlook, it shows up in Teams. No more confusing, conflicting statuses. Your entire Microsoft 365 world tells the exact same story about your availability.
And here's how it works from the other side. You can set it all up right from Outlook. And check this out. You can even write one message for people inside your company and a totally different one for people outside. Super handy. Once you click OK, boom, that status gets pushed right over to Teams. It's seamless.
So we've nailed down the how to set it up. Now let's talk about how to do it well. A thoughtfully crafted out-of-office message can make a world of difference. So let's master this little piece of communication.
A truly great message really only needs 4 things. You need your specific dates of absence, a very clear return date, and please, if you're on a global team, include the time zone. You need to name an alternative contact for anything urgent, and finally, just a quick note on your availability, like if you'll be checking email at all. Get these 4 things right, and there's zero room for confusion.
Here is a perfect example for a vacation. It is short, sweet, and to the point. It's got the dates, it manages expectations about email access, it points to Alex for emergencies, and it gives a clear date for when they can expect a reply. It's professional, effective, and just perfect. Now for business travel, you might want a slightly different flavor. See how this one explains why the response will be delayed? It shows you're still working, just engaged elsewhere. It directs specific inquiries to the right person, Sarah, ensuring that client needs are still met smoothly.
Okay, now for a pro tip that is an absolute game changer. Buffer time. Set your automatic reply to say you'll be back 1 day after you actually return. This buys you an entire, glorious, uninterrupted day to sift through your inbox and get organized without new requests piling on top. It is the secret to a stress-free return to work.
And one more crucial tip, security. Remember, your external message is basically public, so keep it general.
You don't need to share personal health information or your exact travel locations. And for your external-facing messages, instead of naming a specific colleague, maybe use a group email, like support@company.com. It protects both you and your coworkers.
Now, the tools built into Teams and Outlook are fantastic for your personal status. But what happens when you're trying to manage the availability for an entire team? Let's look at how you can take your status management to the next level.
You know, when you're juggling team vacations, project deadlines, and who's on call, a simple status message just doesn't cut it. This is where specialized tools like the Verto Calendar app really shine. They're built from the ground up to solve these complex team synchronization problems.
So what do you get? Well, it's all about visibility and automation. Just imagine seeing everyone's calendars from Outlook, SharePoint, and Teams all overlaid in one single color-coded view. You can see at a glance who's available. You get automatic notifications when things change. For anyone managing a team, this kind of clarity is absolutely huge. So I'll just leave you with this final thought. Is your out-of-office message just a passive little note? Or is it an active tool that's protecting your time, managing expectations, and keeping your whole team in sync? With what we've covered today, you can absolutely make sure it's working just as hard as you do.